children, how are you going? I hope you must be going very well in your studies. Today, students, we are back with our new session of class 3rd, chapter 1st about living and non-living things. So, learners, as we know that we are living in a surrounding, in an environment where there are many things around us. Okay, we have some things which are known as living and some as non-living. So, in this session today, we are going to explore the distinct features or the characteristics of all the living and non-living things. And then you all can classify a particular thing as a living or a non-living. So, let us start the chapter. So, first of all, the learning objective of this chapter is the difference between living and non-living thing. Okay, so the very first activity which they have shown you, that look at the pictures and write L for living and N for non-living things. So basically, student, if I explain you in a very short manner or in a very single line, that the things which have life are living and the things which do not have life, they are non-living things. Okay, so majorly all the plants, animals, human beings are known as living things. Okay, and the rest other are known as non-living things. So in this activity, they have given you some pictures and you have to classify them as a living and a non-living thing. For living, you have to write L, and for non-living thing, you have to write N. So, first of all, they have given you this tree. Okay? So, students, as we know, as I told you, that all the plants, animals, and the human beings are known as living things. So, this is a plant, this is a tree, it is a living thing. So, we will write L for living thing. This is a ball. It has no life and hence it is a non-living thing. That it is a dog, an animal, again a living thing. It is a cat, an animal, that means a living thing. It is a bag, bag do not have life, that means it is non-living thing. Sun, again a non-living thing. Moon, again a non-living thing. Okay, so we are writing N for non-living thing and L for living thing. Then this is a man, a human being. That means this is a living thing. Then these are mountains, which are non-living thing. It is a pencil, again a non-living thing. It is a bird, which comes under the category of animal, and hence it is again a living thing. Okay, then this is an elephant, an animal, that means a living thing. Okay, so now proceed with our chapter. So there are many things around us. Some of them are living while others are non-living thing. As I told you, there are many things around us. Okay, and some of them are living and non-living. But how we are going to classify them as a living and non-living thing? So the very simple definition which I told you was that things which have life in them are called living things. Okay, and the things that do not have life are called non-living things, right? The things in which there is life, they will be considered as living things. But the things which do not have life, they do not live, they do not survive, they are known as non-living things. Now, examples they have given you, same human, animal, birds, plants, they all are living things. And if we talk about non-living things, so we have examples of rocks, mountains, toys, clothes, etc. These all are non-living. Okay? See, students, the living things can feel, they can breathe, they eat, they grow, and they reproduce. These all are the features of a living thing. Means what? All the living things can feel, breathe, eat, grow, and reproduce. Okay, but on the other hand, non-living things do not have any of these features. Means what? That they do not feed, they do not breathe, they do not eat, they do not reproduce. Okay, they cannot do anything like that of living thing because the non-living things do not have legs. Okay, see, now there is a difference between living and non-living things. So first of all, the very first we have is what? That living things need food. As I told you, because living things have life. So to survive, to grow, what they need food. See, all living things require food to grow. But why do they require? Because living things get energy from the food. To perform all the daily routine activities, the living things require energy, and that energy is being provided to them by the food. Okay? Humans and animals, they get their food from plants or other animals. Okay? Human beings and animals, we are directly or indirectly dependent on plants or the other animals for their food, and plant as a living being can prepare its own food. See, green plants make their own food with the help of water, air and sunlight. As I told you, that green plants are the only living beings which are not dependent on any other living being for their food requirement because they can prepare their own food with the help of sunlight, water and air. See, if we talk about non-living things now, so non-living things like rocks, mountain, toys, clothes, etc. All these are non-living things and they neither prepare food nor need it to live. Okay, so non-living things cannot prepare their food because they do not need it. Okay, now second difference, that is what? That living things grow. Okay, so we have discussed it in the previous page also that living things need food. Why? To grow, to get energy. That means what? That living things grows. It's like a baby grows into a child. You can see this is a baby. Okay, it is growing gradually into a child. Okay, a child grows into an adult and then this child will grow slowly and slowly into an adult person. A puppy grows into a dog, right? There is a puppy and slowly it grows into a dog. A chick grows into a hen, right? A seed grows into a tree. They have shown you in this picture also. This is a seed and slowly, gradually it is growing into a plant and then it will grow into a larger tree also. A bud grows into a flower, which in turn grows into a fruit. So you can see in all these examples, they all are living things and all living things grows throughout their lives. But on the other hand, non-living things do not grow. If I take an example of this pen, so it is a non-living thing, it cannot grow. Throughout its life, it will remain of this size only, right? Because it's a non-living thing. Now, third feature we have is what? That living things breathe. Okay? All the living things can breathe. If we talk about human beings, so human beings breathe through the lungs. What are the lungs? You can see in this picture, these are lungs. Okay? These are a special type of organs which the human beings and the other some animals also have for the purpose of breathing. Right? What does this lungs do? They take in oxygen from air and release carbon dioxide through their nostrils. Okay, that means the human beings, first of all, they intake the oxygen from the air and then they release carbon dioxide gas into the air through their nostrils. These are the nostrils, the two holes, okay, in our nose. Through these nostrils only, we take in oxygen and then that oxygen goes into the lungs. Lungs purify that air and then escape out the carbon dioxide gas out of the body through these nostrils only. And then if we talk about fishes, fishes are also living beings. That means they can also breathe, but they have some special organ for breathing. They do not have lungs. They have gills instead of lungs. Why? Because gills help us to absorb the oxygen which is dissolved in water. Why? Because fishes live in water. Okay? You can see these are the gills. Then animals like earthworm, leech, okay, they all are animals. They all are here living beings. That means they can also breathe, but they breathe through their skin. Okay. Then plants as a living being, they breathe through the tiny pores in the leaves called stomata. You can see these are the tiny pores present on the underside surface of the leaves, and through these pores only the plants can breathe the air, and these pores are known as stomata. Okay. Now let us talk about non-living things. As I told you, they do not breathe. Why? Because they do not have legs. Next feature we have is what? That living things move. Okay, that means what? That all the living things can move. If we talk about human beings and animals, they move from one place to another place. Why? In search of food, water, and shelter. Okay, let us talk about plants also. So plants show movement. Plants do not move from one place to another, but plants show movement in their body parts. Okay, and their body movements are very slow to detect. But as they are living being, they can show the movements also. Except the movement of touch me not plant. You can see this is a picture of touch me not plant, known as mimosa plant also. Okay, so it is a plant that can be easily detected. How? If we touch it leaves, all the leaves of this plant get shrink off. And this is the movement shown by the plant in this plant, and it could be easily detected by us. Then human beings, some land animals, how do they move? They move with their feet. Okay. Birds are also living beings. They fly with the help of wings. The fishes are also living beings. They swim with the help of their fins. You can see these are the legs of a dog by which it moves. These are the wings of a bird by which the birds fly. And these are the fins of fishes by which it swims in the water. Snakes and snails, what does they do? They crawl. Frogs hop or jump. So basically these are the different types of movement shown by the different living beings. But comparatively, the non-living things do not move on their own. Why? As they are lifeless. They cannot move. They can move only with the help of a living being. Then, next we have what? The fifth feature, that is living things feel. All the living things can feel the changes around them. Any change occurs, if any change occurs in the surrounding of a living being, that that living being can feel it and can also give response to that particular change. See, all living things can feel. The sense organ. So basically, the living things have major five sense organ. We have discussed in our previous classes also. Like we have eyes, nose, ear, tongues, and skin. These are five sense organ, and these sense organ only helps the living being to sense the changes or the environment surrounding them. Okay, a dog hang out its tongue when it feels hot. Okay, if a dog feels hot, it hangs out its tongues like this. Okay, and an elephant fans its ear to keep itself cool in summer. An elephant uses its ears to fan itself in the hot summer season so that it could feel cool. Then cold winds, when the cold winds blow, it makes us shiver because we can feel them, right? The touch me not plant, as I had told you, it folds its leaf when someone touches it. Means what? That the plant is also able to detect the change around it. And therefore, when we touch it, it feeds the senses and it folds all of its leaves. Now, let us talk about non-living things. So, non-living things do not respond to changes in the surrounding and thus they have no feeling. Okay? The non-living things do not respond, they do not feel, they do not sense any changes in their surrounding, and thus we can say that the non-living things do not have any feelings. Okay? Now, next feature which we have is that living things reproduce. Okay, now what does reproduce? So, reproduction is a process by which any living being can produce its own kind, its own individual. Okay, and if we talk about living things, so all the living things have the ability to reproduce. Okay, in fact, reproduction is a necessary process to continue the life on earth, to continue their own species on the earth. See, human beings and animals like cow, horse, dog, etc. Okay, all these are living things and they can give birth to their young ones. If we talk about birds, fishes, snake, frogs, what does they do? They do not give birth to the young ones. Instead, they lay eggs. And through those eggs, their babies, their young ones are hatched out of the eggs. Plants can also reproduce. How? They reproduce through their seeds. Okay? As we all know that through the seeds, a new plant can arise. And also there are some other part of the plant like the stem, leaves, roots. Okay? And the plants, some plants can reproduce through their these body parts also. Again, the non-living things cannot reproduce. Okay, the non-living things are not able to reproduce. You can see this is the mother with her baby. This is a hen with its chick. And this is a plant with the birds and flower. Okay, now next what we have is that living things have a life cycle. Very important that all living things are born, right? First of all living things are born. They grow up, they reproduce, they grow old, and eventually they die. And this is what is known as a life cycle. Okay? See, the eggs of a butterfly. If you talk about a butterfly, so butterfly do not give birth directly to their young ones. It lay eggs. And these eggs hatch into caterpillars. Then these caterpillars grow into pupa. Okay. And finally into butterfly. Means what? This is the complete life cycle of a butterfly. Similarly, there's a more example of mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, plants, all the living things have a definite life cycle. But non-living things do not have a life cycle. You can see they have shown you a life cycle of a butterfly. These are the eggs of a butterfly. Through these eggs, the caterpillar hatches out, which is known as larva. This is a caterpillar. Okay. Then this changes into pupa, and out of this pupa, a new butterfly grows out. Okay. See, if we talk about a housefly, so housefly lives for 2 weeks. That means the life cycle of a housefly is just for the 2 weeks. Okay. Now, next we have a very important topic. That means we have discussed all the features or all the differentiation points between living and non-living things. Now, the next topic which we have is natural and man-made things. So there are basically two types of non-living things. Means what? That we can classify the non-living things further into two types. That is what? Natural and man-made. Right? So sun, moon, stars, river, cloud, mountain, etc. All these are natural things because they exist on their own. They are provided to us by the nature. And all these are non-living also. Okay? But on the other hand, all those things which are made by man, which are made by the human beings, like chair, table, benches, desks, computers, etc. All these are non-living things. All these are made by the human being. Okay. And hence we can call them the man-made non-living things. Okay. So these are the natural non-living things. These are natural non-living things and these are man-made non-living things. And both these are the types of non-living things only. Okay. So that's all for here. We are completed and we are done with the basic differentiation of a living and non-living things. And I hope now you all can classify the things surrounding you as a living and non-living thing very easily on the basis of these features which we have discussed today in this session. So let's meet in the next session with a very new and exciting topic. Till then, keep going well and thanks to everyone.